Good morning. This is Kamera again. We're on day number 70. We're starting the book of Joshua. So today we're covering Joshua chapter 1 through 4. That's Joshua 1, 2, 3, 4. Yesterday's reading, Moses passed the mantle onto Joshua. Moses was told to climb Mount Nebo, and that's where God showed him all that the children of Israel will be getting, the promised land, all parts of it from that mountain, and that's where Moses died. So Moses is no longer with us, and now Joshua is leading the children of Israel. One thing about Joshua you guys may have missed, I don't know if you did, but Joshua was Moses' aide. He was his assistant from the beginning. He was always with Moses when Moses went to talk to God. Even though he wasn't in the presence of God, from afar he would be there as Moses' aide. He was Moses' assistant throughout the entire time. We're talking about 40 years in the wilderness. So Joshua now is the leader of the people of Israel. And so God talks to Joshua and tells him that he is with him, tells him again what he expects of him, tells him to be strong, be courageous, follow the instructions that Moses told you, do not deviate from them, read them day and night, meditate on them day and night basically, and just follow them, be obedient, and whatever you do, you're going to be prosperous. Wherever your feet go, wherever your footsteps will be yours, the children of Israel. And he tells them, no one will be able to stand against you. You're going to be prosperous in everything you do. And so he says, be strong, be courageous, do not fear, do not be discouraged. And that says a lot to us too. As long as we keep our eyes on God and be obedient to Him, we don't deviate from following Him, from being obedient. Not to say we're not perfect, and once we find that God is not pleased about something, we need to repent, get back in line, because we want whatever we do to be prosperous. We want to succeed in everything we do. And again, prosperity and success is not the same for everyone, and it's not always money. Everybody always think it's money, it's money, it's money. There's a lot to prosperity and success than money. And so in this case, God told Joshua, do not deviate, do not fear, do not be discouraged. I am with you, just like God is with us. As long as we're obedient to Him, He is with us. And so remember, the children of Israel mourned Moses for 30 days. So once God finished talking to Joshua, He goes to the tribe and says, we're leaving in 3 days. We're going to cross the Jordan. Okay, and so he tells Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh. Remember the half a tribe of Manasseh, Gad, and Reuben. Their land was on this side of the Jordan. They took over. They asked for that to be their land, and so they had told Moses. Moses had made sure they understood that they're going to have to help their brothers conquer their territories. And so now Joshua was going back to remind them, telling them, now you know what you told Moses, you know what you got to do. And so, the Gad, Reuben, Manasseh, half a tribe of Manasseh was like, we're going to do that. Our children, he told them, your children can stay here, your wives can stay here, your livestock can stay here, but you're a fighting man. So, they were fine with that. They're perfectly fine with this. They're the ones who led the children of Israel over the Jordan to Jericho. But there was 40,000 of their men at that. 40,000 warriors from those 2.5 tribes. And so now, 3 days later, they're leaving. He tells the children of Israel, the Ark of Covenant is going to go ahead of us, and you guys have to stay at least a half a mile away from them. And so, the Ark of Covenant started up. Everyone followed. And once the Ark of the men, the priests who were carrying the Ark of the Levites who were carrying the Ark of Covenant, as soon as they stepped on the banks of the Jordan River, the waters began to separate. Just like it did with the Red Sea, the waters began to separate. And this is the Jordan River. And as it separated, the waters became a wall, and there was pure dry land that the priest walked onto, carrying the Ark of Covenant. And while they were holding the ark, now they actually had to stand in the middle of stand right there on that dry land. And while they were holding or carrying that ark, standing still, the children of Israel would then pass over it. They would walk right past them onto dry land, onto the other side of the Jordan. And so once everyone was across, Joshua had the 12 men, a man from each tribe, to take a stone and place it in the middle. Well, actually, take a stone from where the Ark of Covenant is and where the men were, on dry land in the middle of the Jordan. Takes 12 stone, one man per stone, carried on your shoulder, and they're going to be responsible for placing that stone where the children of Israel camp for that day. And then they also removed a stone from dry land, and they placed that stone in the middle of the Jordan River. And so these stones represent a memorial, so that the children of Israel can pass along to their children what God had done for them. Children, what's up with the stones? Well, this is what God did for us. And so, yeah, that's what those stones represent. And also in this story, there were 2 spies sent to Jericho. The 2 spies, when they got to Jericho, they met up with Rahab. Rahab is a female. She hid them out. Someone had told them there are 2 spies from Israel, and she hid them out. And so when the officer came to her house and asked about those 2 spies, she told them, well, they are already gone. They're probably way past a certain point now. So the officers left her, and they went looking for the spies. And so once they were gone, she went to the spies, and she told them, she said, we heard about you guys. You guys ain't nothing but the truth. We know that God is with you. We know that you're going to conquer us. So we already know everyone in this town is petrified, basically. And so Rahab was like, listen, I just did you guys a service. Would you please spare me and my family? When you get ready to tear down this place, please remember me, what I've done for you guys, and spare me and my family. And so once the spies had left, this is what she's telling them. And now she's like letting it, her place was built in the wall. So she was able to, once the spies, the officers left, she was able to let them down out of her window onto the other side of the wall, down a rope. And so the spies were like, we can do that. It's not even a problem. But this red rope that you let us down, this is how we're going to be able to identify you. As long as you stick to your part of the bargain, Rahab, yes, we will spare you and your entire family, who's ever in this place here, in your location. And you're going to use this red rope as indicator that you are that person who let us down. And but get this, if any one of your people are caught in the street during the time we come to tear this place down, then they're going to die with everyone else. So as long as you keep your end of the bargain, then yeah, you're safe, your family's safe, as long as they reside in this house with you at the time we come for battle. And so after that, the 2 spies run back, tell Joshua everything that's happened. These people are scared. We got this. You know what I like about that part of the story? The fact that those spies, when they went there, and they saw what was going on. It's like God sent them to the right person to hear exactly what they needed to encourage them. So when the spies went back, they told them, those people are fearful. They are scared. We got this. And she basically, when you think about it, she confirmed to them what God had already told them. They're going to be prosperous in whatever they do. They're going to win every battle. People are going to hear about you guys. I mean, everything. And so it's like she was basically confirming what God told them, which gave them even more confidence and faith in what they had to do. So yeah, this is a good story. This is a good read. This is a great example. We need to examine ourselves through the Word. Listen to what God told Joshua. Listen to him. He said, meditate on my word day and night. Don't deviate from it. As long as you obey, you're going to be prosperous. You're going to succeed in everything you do, wherever you go. So you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be discouraged. I am with you. These are the same things that God means for us too. These are the same thing. Now, Joshua had skills. Joshua had, that faith. He saw God through all these years. He saw what God had done. Same thing with us, guys. We see what God does for us. And just don't get discouraged by what God does for us. Like start getting so into what he's blessing us with that we totally ignore him and go our own way. Stay with God. He's definitely going to stay with us. And we can be confident that whatever we do, we're going to prosper. We're going to succeed. Don't look at the next person, what they have, and say, well, they have a better marriage than me, and I'm a woman of God. They have more better things than I have, and I'm a man of God. They have this or that, and I'm a man of God, or I'm a child of God, whatever. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just keep your eyes on God. Be obedient to him. Just time will show everything. It will reveal everything. And so that's the story with Joshua. Joshua being their new leader. That was day number 70. Day number 70. We're on the 6th book of the Bible, and that is Joshua. Joshua chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? You guys have a God-filled, blessed day.